Hello guys, it's me, Alaversus, here for you today. And today...
member has connected to the server.
Yeah, would you please shut the fuck up? So today we're going over the assassin, how to deal damage. This is a guide on how to deal damage as an assassin. So I will show off all the class-based items and rotations therefore. However, I can only show off the rotations for Shadow build because I do not own the lightning items. However, I do know how to use lightning and how to play lightning build. So this is my stats. So let's go over the in-depth stats first of all. How important they are. So yeah, 1k AP, perfect flat 1k AP. That's not the main damage source, it's a damage source of multiplayer. The best damage source is shadow damage, which is pretty high for me because I do own both accessoires of them. So critical damage is of course important too, but first thing is shadow damage, then crit damage, and then AP matters, and the rest of your damage scaling comes over boosting from items, of course. 60% crit rate is the only thing acceptable in my opinion. And yeah, so Shadow Assassin, of course you're gonna need both Shadow accessoires, however they are not necessary for playing the Shadow Assassin. Neither is important the Revelation Badge, it's just an additional damage effect. This has no effect at all on the playstyle. The first item which has an impact on the playstyle is the Dragon Bracelet, which is used for the Shadow Assassin. This item gives you an insane burst effect onto your blue buff, onto your fighting spirit, because this thing hires your attack rate onto the hard step massively and makes it deal a shit ton of additional damage. As you can see, 475%. This is one of the craziest scalings on all bracelets out there for any classes. This whole thing just gets amplified by the Revelation Mystic Badge, which adds another 200%, so at all we are at 675%. Oh, the next thing, which is in combination with the Dragon Bracelet, the most insane item for the Shadow Assassin and makes it so unique and so powerful to party play, which is why the Dark Assassin or Shadow Assassin is a party play monster, because this item makes you reduce your fighting spirit, your blue buff, with any right mouse button, any hard step within the first 6 seconds by 3 seconds. And since the Dragon Bracelet gives you an insane attack speed boost onto your hard step, you can reduce your fighting spirit massively. So the normal cooldown is 1 minute and 30 seconds. If you run out with the 10 seconds anyways that the buff lasts, you're at 1 minute and 20 seconds. So, which the Lightning Assassin can use the blue buff. However, the Shadow Assassin, as I will show you now, can use it repeatedly onto the global cooldown, meaning you just wait the global cooldown off, which is 45 seconds, and the whole thing looks like this. Pay attention to my fighting spirit blue cooldown, my blue buff cooldown. So this is how it looks. So, as you can see, the cooldown is at 22 seconds and the global cooldown is slightly higher, so your blue buff will become ready sooner than your global cooldown when it's off. In my case, I do wait those 8-9 seconds, which is the difference, to use it again. However, if you get the fusion badges in the next patch, which is in combination where it is, so if you use it with the Transcendence and this badge, you also get 10 seconds off your blue buff with every mine, meaning you just can literally infinity spam your blue buff. I've seen Korean videos and Korean guys using it like 3 or maybe even 4 times per minute. They do not pay attention to the global cooldown, they just pull off their bracelet like every 20 seconds at least. So yeah, that's the main thing. So Shadow Assassin is pretty much RMB only in late game, you can think. But, however, there is a rotation source between that. And that rotation includes the Dark Strike, which is like the most damage source, and the Hard Step. They both deal equally damage in my case, but I have the 5 set of BT, which means I get the 25 bonus on my Hard Step. However, if you have the 8 set effect, your Dark Strike will deal massively more damage than your RMB, so this is the damage source you want to go with. So you can trigger the Dark Strike in on a critical Hard Step or with a critical LMB. Therefore you use LMB RMB F, this is the rotation, and that also gives you enough focus back. However, if you do proc your Raven weapon, where the Raven weapon part gets in, procs the 5th stacks, which is naturally 100 and something % crit, or it's 100% crit rate and recovers focus on any hit. So if that 5 stacks proc, then you just spam RMBF, or I also just spam RMBF when my soul is active, or if my earring procs onto the enemy, because then I have like, together with the Raven effect, I have like almost 100% crit rate, and then crit on your RMB always triggers on Dark Strike, so you don't need RMBF then. So this whole thing looks like this then. You always want to have 5 poison stacks up, of course. For normal combat I use my Throw Mine. For CC combat, for some raids and stuff, you will need a knockdown mine. But in this case you can go with a Mine Throw. So if you don't have 5 poison stacks up, the fastest way to get 5 poison stacks looks like this. It's 3Z and tap, and then you get out of stealth with either tap again or your 4. So this whole thing looks like this. 3Z, tap, 5 poison stacks included mine, and the whole thing took like 2 seconds. And then you are ready to go, and then you just spam left mouse button, right mouse button F. And that's of course as fast as possible, and then it looks like this. And if the poison stacks run out, you just restack poison. And this is your way to go when you don't have your fighting spirit up. However, the main damage source you will deal with your fighting spirit if you have the Dragon Bracelet. So this is an end content damage rotation, and then you start off with your blue buff and you hold the right mouse button for basically 10 seconds, and then you start rotating damage again until your blue buff is ready again. So yeah, Shadow is pretty easy in my opinion. It's not as hard as Lightning. However, it's not much of a difference DPS wise. Both deal damage, and Shadow is just more party supportive than the Lightning build. Lightning build is something like a bit more solo. And if you take a look to the leaderboards, you also can see that Shadow Assassin does deal a lot of burst damage. However, this is with the new soul badge we got. This dude can kill floor 20 in 13 seconds, which is a hell of a lot. However, he gets a shit ton of damage on his 4. So basically, if we take this without, because usually a Lightning Assassin don't use this, this is just for burst. So yeah, what we have here, this is a Shadow Assassin. Oh no, this is Ashura is a Lightning Assassin. Place 2 is a Shadow Assassin. Or a Lightning Assassin. Now he plays on Lightning. Okay, he swaps items, of course. Seems like this guy has both. But however, what I'm going to point at, there is not much of a difference on Shadow. There's like 1-2 seconds difference to Lightning build, so it really doesn't matter much DPS wise. However, I have not seen a Lightning Assassin DPSing better than me until now. That's all I can say. So let's go again over the items. Important items to the Shadow Assassin are the Dragon Bracelet, the Holy Fire Mystic Badge, and the Revelation Mystic Badge, Raven Weapon, of course. And then the Shadow Accessoires to play Shadow. If you are going to play the Lightning Assassin, things change. Lightning Assassin and Shadow Assassin differ a lot into the items, unlike for some other classes most likely. So for Lightning Assassin you will go onto the Tiger Bracelet, which gives you us insane bonus damage onto your 4. So if we switch over to Lightning, onto your Lightning Rod. Massive bonus damage onto this skill. And you can trigger this effect much more often than the Dragon Bracelet, because you proc it with your 4, which is pretty easy. So this is the number 1 important item. The second important item is the Pulse Mystic Badge, because Pulse Mystic Badge gives you a different animation cancel than the usual Lightning animation cancel, which is totally cancerous in my opinion, because it's very slow and not very reliable. And therefore you trigger this one with the Time Bomb. And Time Bomb gives you an effect that increases your critical damage by another 20%. Another 20% because in stealth you get more critical damage. And yeah, then you can basically cancel your Lightning Rod with a hard step. So your animation cancel is not anymore RF4 or R4F, it's just R4 permanently. It's very, very fast, much more faster than with RBF4. And therefore you want to get this buff as long as possible. The buff holds over for 15 seconds, and basic Poison Breath or Time or Choke Bomb will reduce your Time Bomb by just 10 seconds. So however, you will go for a special Soul Badge, which is the Blue Moon Soul Badge, because this one reduces your Time Bomb's cooldown by 20 seconds. Time Bomb's cooldown has 45 seconds, that's minus 10 seconds from a Choke Bomb and minus 20 seconds from this one, and your cooldown is ready again within that 15 seconds debuff lasts. Basically you can have permanently that buff on the run. And in addition, with this skill of your Shadow Slash, you will reduce, if you get the legendary skill, you will reduce your Shadow Drain by another 6 seconds. So basically everything relies on cooldown reduction of different skills to get the buff from the Pulse Badge as long as possible. Later, in combination with 2 Soul Badges, you will go for the Blue Moon Soul Badge in combination with the Magnum Soul Badge, so you basically reduce your 4 anytime you use your 4 with your RMB, and the more often you can use your 4, the longer will your Dragon Bracelet of course be up. So everything in late game relies on having your item buffs up. And on the other hand, of course, you will go for the Lightning Accessoires instead of the Shadow Accessoires. So, however, Lightning does only get very, very effective with the 8 set bonus of Black Tower Soul Shields. Shadow is already pretty strong with just 3 set, because hard step matters the most. And that's why Shadow is more likely durable than Lightning with low soul shields. However, if you are completely end gear, there is not much of a difference to both builds. So, yeah, I hope this guide maybe have helped you a little bit. Of course, if you haven't noticed yet, you won't reduce your blue buff by any chance in the Lightning stance. This is the only reason why Lightning is not that much party supportive as the Dark build. From my opinion, they don't have a big difference in each. They are just differing in items, but not in DPS wise. So yeah, if you have any questions, ask me below and write me what you are playing and how do you like it, or what's your opinion on the whole Lightning versus Dark complaint, whatever, because I hear it a lot and I can't stand it. So yeah, be happy to argue with me in the comments then. So I hope this video helped you out. We see you in the next video.